When I was in the hospital, there's a living room of some sorts where the patients just relaxed and watched whatever was on TV. One of the patients decided to put on Denzel Washington movie Man on Fire. I wasn't really paying attention to it. I was just drawing or doing crossword puzzles, but every now and then I would glance at the TV. Whoa, this is just Max Payne 3. Now there's a lot I can critique on the third installment. Shoddy dialogue.
I didn't know what the hell I was gonna find up there, but I sensed it wasn't gonna be a stripper bursting out of a cake.
Rough gameplay, and just a very baffling story progression. Max Payne 3 is a very much a love it or hate it game in the fanbase. I tend to lean towards hate it. The keyword being lean, because the game does have other great strengths. This is by far J. McCaffrey's strongest portrayal of Max.
God damn it!
The amount of details in the environment, the models, the extreme brutality, and the soundtrack composed by a sound rock band Health is genuinely some of the best in the industry. But my favorite thing about this game is none of those. The best thing that I enjoy so much are the cutscenes. More specifically, the editing of the cutscenes. Max Payne 1 and 2 had a distinct indie neo-noir graphic novel style when it came to the cutscenes. It was a budgeting and stylistic decision. I mean, with models like these, it is hard to take your story so seriously. It gave the game a unique flavor and it allowed them to easily change things up, since the characters were just real-life people, not even actors, just developers and family members in outfits. Max Payne 2 still adopted the comic book style, although they started to implement more in-game cutscenes, which were... facial animations are still quite primitive, but at least their mouths move. Max Payne 3 was such a bold move for the franchise. Sam Lake, the writer of the previous entries, did not return, nor did his company Remedy, but he gave Rockstar his blessings and luck for the sequel. Dan Houser, resident writer in some of Rockstar's classics titles, took the helm along with others. Max was no longer in the dark and dreary concrete jungle that is New York City, but rather in the hot and scorching claustrophobic land of Brazil. Max was foul-mouthed, fat and bald, a more cynical and angry take of the character. Not only are characters and locations have taken the overhaul treatment, but also how the story is presented.
That's what we tell ourselves, huh? It's all our fault.
Gone are the comic book panels, composed of actors and backgrounds taken from the game. Now we got fully rendered motion captured cutscenes. Although typical for the era of gaming, it was a huge shift for the franchise. But this game is anything but typical. Yes, the cutscenes are fully motion captured, but they had to spice it up, give it a unique look. The game infamously uses strong visual effects throughout the entirety of the game, but most prevalent in the cinematics. The screen is filled with lens distortion, strobes, flickering colors, and haze. There's no settings to turn it off. I say infamously because a common critique with the game is those very effects. I won't deny, it is very difficult to get used to. This was when Rockstar started to lean more towards a linear style of gameplay with a buttload of cutscenes, and since the cutscenes are used to mask loading times, you will be seeing these editing techniques quite a whole lot. But throughout my playthrough, I began to appreciate it and even love the editing. The editing in Max Payne 3 is essential. It is not just used to pretty up the game. It is not just a tool. It is a messenger. It helps deliver the story to make it impact. While it may seem random, the editing effects are used in specific moments that make sense within the narrative. Throughout the game, we see Max popping pills and taking big swigs of the sauce, being accompanied with multiple transparencies and a dazzling show of colors, vision and reality becoming distorted and blurry. Obviously, it's to convey Max's state under these substances. Like, it is genuinely kind of hard to see what's going on with these effects being triggered.
Home, I'm armed and I'm drinking. You don't want to listen to advice from me, amigo.
Whenever there's gunfires, big explosions, and any tense standoff situation, the screen brightness will flicker. Your vision typically becomes a bit more impaired. On such occasions, your eyes become more sensitive to light. One thing I also adore about the game's cinematics are the picture-in-picture sort of sequential art paneling situation going on, where they will freeze in the frame to crop it and resize it and have the screen filled with more of these, mimicking a comic book. I always saw this as an homage to the previous entries, and just also this great kinetic, hectic energy, just a lot of shit going on. Makes me, I don't know, feel uneasy and even a little stressed out. Turns what would be an ordinary scene into an extraordinary scene. The occasional scanlines gives it that dirty look. Looks like I'm watching some messed up gore video at a snuff site. Some CCTV video stuff. These same scanlines appear when Max is in bullet time.
I don't know why I did it. I guess I never liked seeing girls get hit. But from that moment, I was dead in that town.
Okay, I'm moving already.
Big bullet text pops up on the screen, although sometimes it just seems random. The most consistent is whenever a new piece of information comes out, like people's/organization names or locations.
Wilson da Silva. Very good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, I think.
But oftentimes, it's just words or phrases that sounds cool.
The kind of people who end up in glossy magazines or body bags, depending on how their luck runs.
I don't believe it is just for an aesthetic purpose. I saw the bolded text as the words and phrases that sticks out in Max's mind, things that he will remember. Max Payne 3 is a visual masterpiece. For what could have been a game that would have aged, turns out to be one of the most visually striking games in this generation of gaming. The game is a perfect example of how incredible the power of video editing and motion graphics, how it can and will elevate your story and world.
Stay here, cover me. I'll go after him.
Hey, keep your headset on.
I'll deal with the guys on the other side of the fence. You take the others.
Whatever you say.
The strong and straining screen effects puts us in Max's shoes, a middle-aged, alcoholic, pill-popping, nihilistic, cynical bastard who is a fish out of water, an environment that knocks him down quite a lot.
They grabbed the girls and Marcelo, but he's here now.
Yeah, don't worry about me, homie. I'm just a guy paying you lots of money to protect me. Yeah, what were you drinking?
Bet your ass I was. You try staying in there for 5 minutes sober.
Oi, oh, there they are.
Max Payne 3 may not be a perfect game, but, man, does it leave an impact.
No, like I said, it was a long time ago. Let it go. Seriously.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye!
Can't even front, you're the girl I really wanna taste you like yogurt. I want to taste you like yogurt. I like your moves and everything you do. I wanna taste you like yogurt. I want to taste you like yogurt. We do it. Can't even front,